everybody, to the All Over the Ring podcast. It's 2021. Here we are. It's September. Right now, it's like September 9th. Just finished watching the opener. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are chit-chatting right now on the screen. And I'm joined by none other than Benny. There he is. He knows where his angle is. That's it. All right. Since last season...
Yeah.
Typically, I do a, what are the new additions, new news. But we don't have any. I don't think we actually. I think it's maybe the first year in many that we don't have a new baby.
Yeah.
We have one on the way. Chris, congratulations.
Congrats.
But yeah, we don't have a new baby. So, I don't think we even have a new house. Maybe we do. I don't know. I don't really follow up on people's houses.
Yeah, I mean, because when did De Silva move into his
we talked about that on the last podcast. Yeah.
So I mean, that would probably have been the
maybe Brian has moved. We don't catch up enough with Brian because he's always
just busy auto picking all his
sex
drafts.
parties and
San
Diego, now in Montauk, and on it goes.
On the boat.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Chris. Of course. We have our new addition, Peppa. Peppa the pug.
Good old Peppa.
What a sweetheart. Oh,
what a story behind that.
I could talk up a storm about Peppa, and we've only had her for like 4 weeks.
Right.
But it feels like we've had her for
4 weeks of stories.
4 weeks plus 25 days because of that one story.
Right.
But we do have one new addition, Ben. And that new addition is by subtraction. Pat Uglow. Welcome to the league, buddy.
Welcome.
And the first official shout out to Pat's lovely children and lovely wife, Amber, Liam, and Luke.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the league as well.
Welcome.
By association.
Welcome to football, as you may have heard.
Welcome to football.
Yeah. Anywho, so we're excited to have Pat. We should give an honorary send-off, of course, to Miles.
Worst to first.
He told me some time ago that he didn't want to leave the league at the top or the bottom, but that was 3 years ago. Because then he was the worst, as noted on the T-Boner, 0 and 13 or whatever it was.
Clamps.
He clamped nothing
clamps.
That year.
He did not clamp one win.
I tell people that all the time, and I say he started a player every single week. He was really on top of it, and it just
a lot of close losses.
Too many close losses.
Not for a lack of effort. Not for a lack of effort. That
he really tried.
Went winless.
He did.
But there he was.
Yep. And then, to follow it up, wins the whole GD thing.
Yep. And who did he beat?
He beat you? He beat you. Yeah.
That New England Pats defense, I'll never forget.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he had that scorching run right in the beginning, too, especially. Yeah,
for sure. Kudos.
But you may be wondering, you're not wondering, you may be wondering, others may be wondering, where are we? What are we doing here? What's happening? Yeah. We are doing the podcast. We're doing it in my new home, purchased by myself and Tiffany back in December. We did a bunch of work, and then we moved in early February, just caught the Super Bowl right over in this same space, right in the beginning, right after we'd moved in. It's been lovely. It's been wonderful. I'm happy to talk to you guys at length about the projects and everything else. But yeah, no, it's been really great, and it'll be fun to have, different locales for the podcast, or maybe just right here.
Yeah.
What about you? What do we got for news for old Ben Hameen?
Matrix 4 trailer just dropped today.
That's your specific news.
My specific news.
Okay. All right.
Work is busy. It's been a shit show, and I'm studying for a new certification. Really hasn't been much on the personal front.
Okay.
Down 40 pounds.
40 pounds. Not much on the personal front, he says. He buries the lead and says,
March.
Oh, and also, by the way, 40 pounds.
I mean, last time I was on camera, I was definitely angled out, looking like Snorlax.
You were living a good life.
A good COVID pandemic life. But we're trending up, which means we're trending down in the weight department. So, yeah. Right. And
get it on a t-shirt.
We're still going. We're not stopping.
The hustle continues.
Right.
As far as the league goes, any league updates? We have it's year 8 of the league.
Year 8?
Year 8. I won't go through all the other winners because I don't have it up available. But
holy shit!
Yeah, year
wow.
8. Year 8. Congratulations to all of us for making it this long.
Right.
With almost the original group, except for Miles. But
Miles, did he join in originally too? Was he always in the mix?
I don't know, Eric. You're gonna have to fill us in on this.
Yeah.
And so, of course, now is the time to honor and recognize our reigning champion, Steve Almonte, the winner. Finally, the winner. It took 7 years for him to get over the hump. He was always a middle of the pack guy, kind of towards the top, never at the bottom.
Right.
Not a bad thing.
Right.
Much like yourself.
Yeah.
Except he's made it.
He's done it.
He's got that chip, baby.
Yeah.
You don't have that chip.
Yeah. I'll get there.
You'll get there.
20 years, baby. We're gonna.
We've got lots of time. 8 years.
By the time I win it, I'm gonna put real diamonds in that ring.
There you go.
Hello? This thing on? League champ here. Steve. Know me? See it? 2020. All for the ring. Watch me. Got 5 minutes here, so thought I'd give you guys a little story. 'Twas the night of week 1, when all for the ring. Not a Uglo was drafting. They were, though, drinking. The T-boner was displayed on Chris's mantle with care, in hopes that next season it would not still be there. Das was nestled all full of hot takes, while Brian was partying auto-drafting mistakes. And Eric in his Crocs and Josh with no sleeves had just settled the debate of life after Drew Brees. When out on the waivers there arose such a clatter, I pulled up Yahoo to see what was the matter. Away to free agents I flew like a flash, scrolled to the trending, but my computer crashed. The knee of a running back would not be the same, gave Benny a chance to roster Bell for a game. When what to my wondering eyes should appear, Ian drafting more Bills players, how queer. Next to some captain, 2 shots of ranch sat, I knew in a moment it must be Cowboy Pat. More majestic than egos my drafting in this game, and I whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Eckler, now Harris, now Carson and Hurts, on Hopkins, on Higgins, on Johnson and Ertz. To the top of the standings, run away with this thing. Now kiss my ass, kiss this damn ring. Uncle Luke drafted his lineup and thought we were all outsmarted, then dropped half his bench before we even got started. But I heard Chris exclaim ere he found kickers to stream, I may just have assembled the T-Boner Dream Team. Bitches.
T-Boner owner, of course, though. It is not his first time. We hope it's his last.
Hopefully. For your sake, at least.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Last time that Chris had it was in 2017. He went 3-10.
Oh, yeah. So he's a
so I guess it was 2018 really was when he had it for the most part.
T-Boner.
Yeah. He's one of only, I believe it's 3 repeat T-Boners.
Chris. Eric?
No, it's Steve DeSilva, I believe, has repeated it. Chris has repeated it. And maybe it's just 2 then. Maybe Miles. I assume Miles, but...
repeat T-Boner? I mean, 8 years? I don't know.
Anyway, I probably should have this information. I see. I didn't make a lot of rundowns for last year. It was just kind of like whenever we could do it.
Right. Makes sense.
But yeah. So and then as far as other league updates, we voted down pretty much all of the new resolutions. No 2 QBs, no 53-man roster for some reason. And yeah, it just we keep doing the same thing, expecting different outcome. I believe that's the definition of insanity, if anyone's wondering.
That it is. Chris so far fighting against the T-Boner, facing Ian this week. Don't want to spoil anything. We'll get there, but he's currently in the lead after this one game.
Wow.
So,
okay. Well, yeah.
So far, trending against the T-Boner.
Well, good.
So
I mean, hey, yeah, that's one. It's a building block.
It's week to week, baby.
You get the next one. We got goldfish sort of mentalities here. We just keep coming back around. And the other actual NFL news. There's the longer season this year. but
longer season.
I've got a feeling we'll get to that a little later on. So let's move on to our draft recap. All right. So I wake up in a cold sweat. It's 9 a.m.
Peppa is licking my face.
Peppa is licking my face.
And I wake up again in a cold sweat. She's not there because we haven't gotten her back yet.
We're not going to get into the whole story yet. So anyway, we held the draft, of course, at Eric's. Thank you to Eric.
Again. Yes. Thanks
got some
again.
bomb pizza.
It's great.
And thank you
Buffalo
also.
chicken dip, bean dip.
Buffalo chicken dip from, I believe that was Patrick. The bean dip from Steve.
Jen.
Steve's wife Jen, and chips from everybody else. Just
Right.
chips for days.
And I brought ice.
Oh,
Something.
okay. So the anyway, big ups to Liz for allowing us to be such loud people on the porch, and to Eric, of course, and their wonderful home. Do you recall, for example, that Pat, when Raheem Mostert was put up on the old auction block, said not another guy with two first names. To which we said, what Raheem, sure, but Mostert doesn't sound like a first name. To which he said, the classical composer. To which we all said, Mozart. To which I also thought, and now I'm thinking even further, that wasn't even his first name. It was Amadeus. So
Amadeus Wolfgang Mozart, right?
that's it. That's what the full name was. So really, Pat, you just missed the boat.
Wow.
Whew.
Is there even a close enough first name for that? I couldn't even think of one.
Mo. Just a Mo. Yeah, could be Mo. I had other notes I think about from the draft.
Gotta call for Seymour Butts. Seymour Butts.
It's very late. Instead of typing in and searching for Stickies, the app on my computer where I wrote down some contemporaneous notes,
right.
I just typed in Seymour. It just said Seymour Butts. All right, Stickies. S-T-I-C-K. Okay, I should have had this open before. Someone yelled out, "It's a ring off." Not a good one. Another one was Necks and Checks, which is now Pat's name. Excellent name, I think.
It is.
Somebody also said Uncle Pat's Big Neck Hose. Could have been a good one too, Pat. I mean, I don't know if
he submitted that himself. I don't know.
Yeah. At one point, Eric realized that he had already drafted Russell Wilson. Didn't realize that. He had looked around and was like, wait a second. Oh, he's on my team.
Oh, that's right, too.
And then tried to trade him to everyone, it seemed like.
Wait. Aaron Jones for Derrick Henry, straight up. Decline.
Yeah. And I have a quote here, which actually we quoted seemingly unbeknownst during the football game. Yeah. So the thing about Michael Gallup is to start him in the right game. Is I believe Josh said that. Yeah, which is some really good good advice. Yeah, start him in the right game. Don't start him tonight, as we found out. 4 catches, 36 yards, I believe, and perhaps an injury. Yeah,
took him out. Contract year. Sorry.
Anyway, the top money spent this year was not the new record. It was we were more conservative with our cash this year. $72 for Christian McCaffrey, drafted by Eric Jamie's Winston's, which is almost like almost like your friend Jamie's pack of cigarettes.
Right, that's exactly where my mind went.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, can you grab Jamie's Winston's there? That's
I gotta get a carton of Jamie's Winston's. You know he needs them.
Don't get away at Jamie's Winston's, all right?
Oh, my God.
There's one thing you don't do. It's get in the way of Jamie's Winston's.
Do not bum a cigarette off of Jamie. Because
you got no Winstons to spare, okay?
He needs all the Winstons from the case.
All 12.
Even more from the carton, man. You gotta go. Go wholesale with this guy,
Winston's
Jamie.
not cheap, let me tell you that.
Oh, Jamie. Oh, man. He's got a lot of issues, that
Jamie and his Winstons.
Also, you spent $72 for Derrick Henry. And the bottom dollar, this is one I just looked up earlier, the last 3 picks were a running back from the Patriots, I don't recall his name, and then a running back whose name I very much recall because he was a Super Bowl hero, James White.
Not Jamie's Winston?
Not Jameis Winston. No. I don't think James White smokes at all.
James White for $1?
What was that? All for $1. Yeah, right at the end there. And then the New England defense also was the very last pick of our whole draft.
The running back for the Pats, is that the rookie? Is like Stevenson?
No, I would have remembered Stevenson, I think. It's a different name.
Is it Damian Harris?
No, I have Damian Harris. Yeah, I picked him up, but I spent some real money on that guy. Yeah, he's running back one. Right. He's going to start the game.
Probably one.
And he's looked good.
So was it a Pats running back that win?
It was. It was.
How many more do they have? Got a whole fleet.
I guess they have 3.
The Ravens should reach out because they've lost them all.
Oh.
So don't I know it?
Don't you know it? Don't you know it?
Le'Veon Bell in the practice squad. I know a little bit of it. Gus Edwards, R.I.P. to your knee, not to you.
Okay. As far as field generals go, Patty Mahomes went for $50. Steve Silva picked that one up. Mm-hmm. We shall see. And I put here, this is before this evening, I said geriatric TB12 to Pat for $20. Still true technically by age, but not by ability and performance. Oh boy, over 400 yards tonight.
Combined
4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I say 1.5 interceptions because one of them was a tip.
It was.
And as actually Chris Collinsworth tried to make a point at the end, it technically shouldn't even, well, I mean, it does technically count, but it almost shouldn't count if it's just a Hail Mary at the end and it's intercepted like it was right at the end of the first half.
Right.
So he had pretty much no interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 400 and something yards. Yep. Whew,
combined
44 years
between
old.
Dak and Tom Brady, per Adam Schefter 11 minutes ago, combined 782 yards and 7 scores. 4 scores, 7 scores ago.
3 interceptions.
When I look at a guy like Tom Brady, I see a guy that's still performing at a high level.
I see a guy I wish I could see when I look in the mirror. Because
I look in the mirror,
he's just one of those guys.
When I look in the mirror, I see a guy who's depressed after his team lost the football game.
When I slide into the mirror, as I slide into everything in life.
My rolly chair that I prop up high, because it does not reach the mirror as I'm sitting.
For those of you not up with us at 12:30 at night, we're wrapping up.
No, we're good.
For those of you who are not following along, we're doing Chris Collinsworth, who likes to call everybody the guy.
The guy.
This is the guy.
When I see a guy like Chris Collinsworth, he's a guy's guy among guys. All right.
And I know guys.
And I'm a guy connoisseur.
Because I'm a guy.
I'm a guy's guy. So.
I'm a guy.
Guy.
Guy. I'm a stroke guy. I'm having a stroke.
When I look in the mirror, I see the left side of my face sagging. I see a guy that's going to die.
I'm a dying guy. Oh, man. All right. So, and then, so who won the draft, according to Ben?
Who won the draft? Do a quick scan. Just a quick one, just to see. I got the app up here. Pat's team surprised me considering it was his first go.
Sure.
And then like obviously Brady paying dividends. Ronnie Jones not so much. Who won the draft? It's a tough call. So far, Chris's team doesn't look terrible. Ian potentially making another run here.
Have you seen Luke's running backs?
Have I seen Luke's running backs? Give me a second.
Antonio Gibson and
What
Alvin Kamara.
Is your Herbert fully loaded?
Yes, that's what I've decided to go away from the classic and start a new.
I propped your name up today to my colleagues. For those that don't know, I am a commissioner for an in-house my job, my unit.
Okay.
I've started an internal league, and a lot of the people that are participating are slacking on the clever, catchy names. And I gave an example: Herbert fully loaded.
Oh, okay.
When I look at Herbert fully loaded, I think of a guy that's clever enough to take a guy he has on his team and turn it into a funny name.
Well,
it's a guy's guy right there.
Wow.
That's exactly how I said it earlier today, too.
Yeah, that sounds like you. It sounds exactly like how you speak, just in general.
When I look in the mirror, I see a guy that turns into Chris Collinsworth at any given turn.
We gotta go gravelier though. I feel like he's more gravelly. Gravelly.
When I slide into the see, I'm going way too gravel. That's like almost all gravel.
It's a needle to thread.
He's a guy's guy of all guys.
Guys.
I'm not sure. It's tough to for me. It's tough to really kind of highlight who. I mean, for me, Brian still is in the mix on his team. I always think he has a
no thanks
draft.
to Brian.
No thanks to Brian.
But yeah, great job, auto draft.
Yeah. See what's up with Kyle Pitts.
I don't have internet while I'm out on a boat in Montauk.
Right.
I don't have internet, but I can somehow post photos.
To my story.
Sounds real suspect, Brian.
You should probably get an internet and a manscaper.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay. On to the season predictions. All right, so I sent out a form for everybody to predict. As you recall, two people, myself and Steve Almonte, got last year's Super Bowl matchup fully correct, and I believe we both picked. No, I think he might have picked the Chiefs, and I picked the Bucks, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So I did it, and so we want to repeat that. So here's the quick. I don't like to call out people, and when on this part. Later on is when the calling out happens, but for now, so I'll just run through real quick. Okay, so NFC East, it's 60-40, Cowboys, Eagles. NFC North, it's all Packers, baby. NFC West, it's 40-30, 20-10, Cards, which is a strange 40% of the four people out of the 10. So 40 is the Cards, 30 is the Rams, 20 is the Seahawks, and 10 is the Niners. So one person picked the Niners.
Right.
But it's a hell of a division. And then the NFC South is all Bucks, so we all picked the Bucks. So now moving on right on to the AFC in the South. It was 90-10 Titans. Everyone's saying the Titans 9 out of 10, and then the only other person said the Colts. So we shall see. Everybody's saying AFC West, of course, the Chiefs. Although I think the Chargers might give them a run for their cash.
If Herbert is fully loaded, then that will happen.
God, I hope he is. And number 3, of course, is the AFC North, which is a 60-40 Browns-Ravens split. Ravens the hits keep coming for the Ravens, as we've heard. But
all of their ACLs and the whole team, the team ACL inventory is drastically low right
really
now.
low, really low.
Really low.
You
want
both
sides of the ball.
You want 2 or better, but. It's lower than that,
They are
which
deficient.
is not ideal. And then finally, the AFC East is 50-50 Bills-Pats. So, got a lot of homers.
Yeah.
And then 3 people who picked the Bills. Or 4 people who picked the Bills. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think I might have picked the Bills. I just feel like the Bills are a good-looking team. They're not good-looking, but like they're, some of them are
both sides of the ball. I think the complete team situation. And then last year, they lost to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I feel like it's their division to lose.
Yeah,
in my estimation.
On to the championship rounds. There were a lot of combinations, and I didn't write them down, so I'm not going to talk about them. But if anybody got them absolutely correct, I will call it out. And then we go on to the Super Bowl winner, because I again didn't feel like writing out all the Super Bowl matchups. Super Bowl winner, half of us, 50% say the Chiefs, 30% say the Bucks, and 20% say the Bills. So Ian and somebody else say the Bills.
I think I may have.
Oh, look at that.
Got
a big Bills guy. We circle the wagons.
I feel like, the retribution for the 4 straight losses in the 90s.
On to our league-specific predictions. We have Josh and Steve DeSilva are the early favorites to win the whole thing with 2 votes apiece. Everybody else has 1, although Chris and Brian did not vote for themselves, seemingly. I don't know if that makes sense, but they didn't get any votes. So they certainly didn't vote for themselves, and neither did anyone else.
Yeah.
So they're the so to speak underdogs. And then on the other side for the T-Boner, Pat coming in hot. 40% of the league says you're gonna win the T-Boner.
Right.
But then the other 60% don't say that. So the majority of the league doesn't think you're gonna get the T-Boner, which is great.
Middle of the pack.
Josh is the second highest vote getter with 20%, because we were all just so mean to Josh. But also, a lot of people think that he's going to win the whole thing. So it's a real crapshoot. It's both ways.
Right.
Yeah, and
De Silva has 2 T-boners, right? And he has
I think
2
so,
or
unless
1
I'm
ring.
wrong. But I don't think I am.
1 ring or 2 rings? 1.
I think
Josh
he
has
has
2.
1. Josh has 2.
Josh has 2.
And then there are other people who have some, but I think Josh is our only 2-timer. But
yeah.
Moving on to our do better.
You gotta do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
You do better.
Do better, Brian. Do better. Come on, buddy. If you're not going to be in person, what is that? He's continuing the man's giving. That doesn't bother me as much.
Well,
if you're not in person, just speak up if you're going to be on a boat, man.
Right.
I'm not asking for an invite. I'm just saying, just let us know. Maybe we could do a different time.
Right.
Different date. I don't know.
We'll accommodate.
But, it's a San Diego sex party. It's a Montauk sex boat.
We get it.
We appreciate it. I mean, good for you.
We're living vicariously through you.
I mean,
really?
You got ladies taking photos of you topless and posting it on the internet.
Right.
But, give us a little love too. Do better.
You gotta do better.
Okay, now we're going to the news and cues. News and cues. All right, let's bang through these, and then you can get out of here, and I can get to bed. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I believe this is Steve. You can correct me if this guess is wrong. I believe someone said I couldn't win the big game. Hey Das, how my ass taste? That'd be the other Steve Almonte.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yep. We'll have to ask Steve DeSilva how his ass tastes. So then we have this is from Brian. Feel like I probably need to explain why I missed the draft. How pissed was Steve? How badly was I getting made fun of? So I don't think Steve was terribly pissed or really pissed at all.
Wasn't really showing it.
But the making fun of,
yes,
yeah, that was there. That was in there. One time I bid auto draft Brian up so you would spend all of your money on, I think it was a tight end. I don't recall which one, but I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good about that.
So who was good?
This next one is from Steve DeSilva.
Kyle Pitts.
And he says, "No, Kyle Pitts. I would have gone for. Kyle Pitts has a chance to be a real stud.
I don't know. He's got only the one.
No, it wasn't a tight end then. Maybe a wide receiver.
Keenan Allen.
It wasn't Keenan Allen. It wasn't a high value player. I feel like it wasn't like a
Jamar Chase.
I don't know.
Allen
I don't
Robinson?
know, Benny. I don't remember.
I mean, I'm
just bad. It was like $22. So look up who was 20. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Steve DeSilva says, "Please don't talk about Peppa." Fine, I did a lot of that, and it was quite the story.
Right.
But Luke says, "Got a new patio. Very pumped about it. It's stamped concrete. It looks really great. I'll show you some photos right here."
Can't wait.
And the backyard is coming together slowly because we had to kind of dig up a little bit, a good deal around the patio area. But by next spring or summer, it's going to be so choice. Just molto bello. Yeah. North Smithfield Express Junior Pee Wee facing a big test on Sunday versus Warwick Pals, PAL, capital PAL, looking to go 2-0 on the season.
There we go.
Best of luck to the North Smithfield Express, which includes one or both of the Uglo boys. Probably one. They're very different ages. Not like a lot different, but they're different ages. So.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the extended season? One extra game. I didn't look up to see who asked this, but
yeah.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are this is gonna be, in my opinion, a potential like who's gonna have the most people available. I think
A marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a matter of like who can sustain their health roster wise. And like, looking the Ravens out the gate, don't know what's on the turf in Baltimore right now. Practice field, like figure that out. But I think it was just that extra game, extra opportunities for injury, extra fatigue before the playoffs. I mean, the extra game, I feel like, is going to make such a difference that we haven't really been able to quantify yet. So I'm curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think it's. I was writing out the whole sheet for all the games and everything, and it seems like, and I might be fully wrong about this, but it seems like there are less teams taking that take a bye every week. There aren't many of those 6 teams taking a bye where it's like a lot less games or whatever.
Right.
So that was nice. And there are 2 Christmas games this year, by the way.
Oh.
I believe Christmas is on a Saturday, and so it's 2 games, and they're not bad games. And this year's Thanksgiving games, I think, are Detroit and one of the maybe it might be Chicago and Detroit. Anyway, they're decent matchups. I think there's a New Orleans Bills matchup in the evening. Yeah.
Are we not playing Thanksgiving?
Huh?
Are we not playing Thanksgiving?
No, you definitely are. There's the middle game. I don't know what the middle game is, but it's Detroit and not you guys.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know, like, we've definitely gone back and forth. Like, it's like Detroit kicks off at like 12 or 1 o'clock Eastern, and then we've gone next at like 4 o'clock, and then, like, Saints Falcons at like 8:30, whatever. But then I know a couple times we've played a night game, but I feel like it would typically, like, we played the middle game, and then whoever else.
Here it is, right here. It's Bears at Lions at 12:30.
12:30. Yeah.
Raiders at Cowboys at 4:30. And then good. Yes. That sound. And then Bills at Saints in the evening. So pretty good.
Jamie's Winston's.
Yeah. Yeah. Jamie's Winston's. God, I mean, you can't get the Winstons on Thanksgiving Day because everywhere's closed.
Josh Allen, Jamie's Winston's.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Looks like for the doubleheader on Christmas, it will be the Browns at the Packers and then the Colts at the Cardinals. The vaunted matchup, Colts and Cardinals. But we'll see. Who knows?
Interesting.
It's so far in the future.
Yeah.
So Chris says, on the hunt for a minivan. Enough said.
Fair enough.
I mean, get those one. There's a really cool minivan that we used to rent for like production stuff, where we would you can take out everything in the back, and so it was like stow and go, I believe it was, where even the captain seats go way down, and then everything just kind of folds into the floor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we have one of our government vehicles. My unit is a Dodge Caravan that feels like it's like full utility like that.
Right.
So if possible, fit your needs, then
I bet there's some really, really really nice features on minivans now.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Because they, I feel like there's a lot of poaching of the minivan sort of, audience to SUVs and crossover SUVs and things like that. So
kind of hybrid situations.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I saw recently that a coworker told me about is the Mustang Mach-E, I believe it is. Mach-E? Mach-E?
I have no clue.
Spicy Mach-E?
Spicy macchiato.
It's by Mustang, but it's a crossover SUV, all electric, and it's got like bomb pickup.
Mach-E?
Goes like 250 to 300 miles per charge.
Yeah.
And it looks so nice, nice. And my coworker and I we weren't like actually looking into getting them, but we were talking about the difference between that and the Model Y, which is the Tesla sort of equivalent. And I would go with the Mustang. It's got a great the back of it looks phenomenal. Yeah. Look up the back. The back is yeah. You hit it from the back. Well, that could mess up the focus. It'll probably be fine.
I'm sure.
I'm out of focus. That's why, but it's fine.
Are you really?
No, I don't know if I am. I'm probably not. I don't have the same gear I always do. But
otherwise, the back of the back.
Yeah.
Back view.
And so you posted for your news and cues. Yes. Matrix 4 trailer dropped today. LFG, baby.
Yeah, I was super pumped to see it. For those that haven't seen it, there's an actor, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, that looks like he's stepping into the Morpheus mantle.
Almost certainly. I mean, he's got the same glasses. He's got the same kind of. It's like looks like a young Morpheus.
Right. So curious to see how they write him into it. Like I've seen some theories already where it's like Lawrence Fishburne is now the old Morpheus is now the Oracle, like kind of like already starting to kind of like manifest in that respect. So curious to see, but I'm excited for it. I'll be going to the theaters to see it.
What got me even more hooked, I would have seen it regardless, but what got me excited is that Keanu Reeves came out and said that he wouldn't have made the next Matrix movie, the fourth Matrix movie, if it wasn't a story that needed to be told. And I gotta tell you, I trust Keanu Reeves. I trust his judgment on a lot of things.
Yeah.
John Wick, other movies, I'm not gonna think of them now. Point Break. I mean, the guy, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Right.
I imagine the reboot is.
They made part 3 of
fine.
that, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that yet, but
I have not either. But yeah, but if he's going for it, then let's go.
I'm all
let's
in.
go.
And we got John Wick 4 next year too.
And you know who's in the new Matrix movie? Jonathan Groff,
Jonathan Groff is
who
in the
I
new
think
Matrix
is
movie.
excellent. I mean, he's got a very underrated but wonderful career. You all know him, all of you, except for maybe Brian, but probably all of you, because he was King George in Hamilton.
Boom.
That's not really the one though. Right. But the real one, Kristoff in Frozen. Chris, I know you. I know you know this one. Eric, I know you know this one.
right
Steve,
too.
I know you know this one. I mean, it's an iconic. I mean, and he's also, if you like that serial killer show,
Manhunter.
Manhunter.
Yeah.
He's the main character in
The
that.
main detective or whatever.
The guy has had an
Investigator.
excellent career, and you know, with the voice acting, you can do that forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's in the Matrix as
He
well.
is in the Matrix.
Very exciting. It's all. You know, Neil Patrick Harris apparently is in it. He was right in the beginning
Harris,
there.
Carrie-Anne Moss, who were reprising
Carrie-Anne
her role
Moss.
seemingly as Trinity.
Yep.
They don't really call it out explicitly in the trailer, but
Right.
I imagine so. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be just a fun ride again.
Yeah.
It looks like they're ready to tell that story that did need to be told.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch the
Keanu.
old ones, even
for
though
sure.
the third one, it's not the best rewatch. I would
know
imagine.
it's
but
yeah, a lot of people are mixed on it. I'm like a Matrix stan, and my favorite is part 2. Well, 1A, 1B for 1 and 2,
sure.
and then 3 for the third one.
Right.
Not even a second one. You know what I mean? But like, I still enjoy
Sounds like you
it
get a
for
spot
what
for
it
number
is.
2.
Could be
Spot
part
open.
4.
Here it comes. Maybe part 4 goes right in there. Maybe
Resurrections,
just
right
gets
into
its
2.
way in there.
Right. Ideally.
We shall see. December 22nd.
Yeah.
And that
1
baby
2
drops.
2 2 2 1. That's the date.
That's computer language.
Boom. Well, yeah.
No, it's 1s and 0s.
That's binary.
But sometimes 2s. All right, and finally, the Eric asks, "Can you tell the Peppa story on the podcast?" You bet your ass I can.
Let's go.
It's 9 a.m. on a Saturday. I wake up in a cold sweat. I go, "Today's Peppa Day." I go outside. And that's why I thank Melanie for everything.
She's a saint.
Yeah. What a sweetheart. Anyway, anything we missed? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think we were exhaustive, arguably.
Right.
But one of our shorter episodes. The
He's got flaws. He's just very raw.
T-Boner watch? Oh, T-Boner watch.
Inefficient at the quarterback position. Inefficient fundamentals
Chris.
at that
I
position.
mean, you know, it's got to be Chris. It's got to be, anybody who's had the T-Boner before has to be on the T-Boner watch because,
By default.
we don't want to be a double guy. And, because of the numbers, because specifically the numbers, Pat's on the T-Boner watch as
Yeah.
well.
Also kind of a default situation. First time in the league.
Yeah.
Hopefully no.
Everybody's rooting against him, it
Rookie.
seems like.
Right.
Not rooting against, but sort of expecting.
Yeah, expecting the
But he's a
default
smart guy.
T-boner.
He's probably gonna do a lot of research, listen to podcasts,
Right.
all that stuff. He's probably gonna,
Definitely gonna stay informed.
he's gonna build his way up into the
So
ranks.
stay informed, and he's going to be in the mix. He's going to watch more football than he's ever watched before,
Yeah,
and he will be middle of the pack.
middle of the pack. While Chris and me and Josh
Yep.
just be bringing up that rear. Maybe though, maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year that Ian and Steve Almonte
Yep.
end up finding their name on the wrong plaque.
I mean, I am also potentially
Oh,
eligible.
excuse me. No, of course.
never-
Then maybe, who knows?
This could
Hopefully
be the
not.
year.
You guys have been talking
I
about
voted for me for the T-boner.
middle of the pack, but
I'll never vote for me for the T-boner. In hopes to jinx the situation.
Right.
But nonetheless,
you can't go against
I'm
it. now.
never
It's
gonna
like-
not be like, I'm gonna win it every year.
Right. Yeah.
I would expect middle of the pack, but any given Sunday, the
It's
T-boner.
a game of inches.
It's a game of plaques.
It's a game of blacks and inches. And guys.
No rings. Plaques and inches.
Blacks and inches.
I mean, when I
And
see
he's
a
a
guy
wee
in the
heel.
mirror, I think that guy's destined for a trophy of some kind, and it's not the chip. It's the T-boner.
And either that guy heals now as a team, or he will die as an individual.
Literally die.
All right, well, I covered all the bases. I don't think there are any other. I'm trying to think of any of my other graphics that I've created / put into the corners. White Claw Player of the Week, we don't have one. So far, Tom Brady.
Play the game. Yeah.
Although I would say, arguably, White Claw Player of the Week, Rob Gronkowski. It had a hell of a game.
Yeah, I would give it definitely to him. Two scores, 100 yards. When all of the expectations, I think, going into tonight, as well as the season, were very low.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think they expected him to really still be eligible to perform at the level he did tonight.
Yeah.
And he's still
Well,
clearly.
they legalized marijuana, my man,
Yeah.
and he loves that CBD.
Right.
Maybe it's working.
Yo soy fiesta.
Ain't that the truth?
Right.
All right. Well, I think that's probably all we got.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it all up. And as always, don't give out your social security number. Zip it up and zip it out. And as always, keep it sleazy.
Nightmare. Your worst nightmare. Your worst nightmare.